I like refried beans. That's why I want to try fried beans, because maybe they're just as good and we're wasting time.
You know when you put a stick in the water and it looks like it's bent, but it really isn't? That's why I don't take baths.
I'm a photographer. I like to take pictures, you know. My favorite pictures are pictures of strangers running away from me or showing expressions of fear. So I mounted my camera on top of a rifle.
I'm writing a short story myself right now. It's the story of a photographer who goes completely insane trying to take a close-up photograph of the horizon. And then he said to me, "What do you do?" And I said, "Oh, I'm a peripheral visionary. I can see into the future, but just way off to the side."
I had a roommate in Florida. His name was Eddie. Eddie was kind of slow on the mental draw. I was writing a letter. I had a problem. I said, "Ed, how do you abbreviate Arkansas?" He said, "I don't know. Just start spelling it, then quit."
Recently, I was cleaning out my closet and I found an old bathing suit that I had made out of sponges. I remember one time I wore it into a pool and then I left and no one could go swim until I came back.
I was walking by a record store. The sign out front said they specialized in hard-to-find records and tapes. Nothing was alphabetized.
You know in the movies when somebody reads a letter and you hear the voice of the person who wrote the letter? That kills me. That happens to me when I read menus.
I've been walking around New York City. Anyone see me? I've been walking around checking it out. You know, people always trying to hand me out flyers, you know. When someone tries to hand me out a flyer, it's kind of like they're saying, "Here, you throw this away."
I've been arrested several times. I can't wait to be arrested and go all the way to the witness stand. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes, you are ugly. See that woman in the jury? I'd really like to sleep with her. Should I keep going or are you going to ask me questions?
You know, the baseball hat is the only hat that's crossed over into mainstream society to the point where you can wear it and not have people think you play on a team. No other hat is like this. Like, you cannot walk around with the chef's hat on.
I remember when I was a fetus, I used to sneak out at night when my mother was sleeping. I thought to myself, you know, now's the time I should start stealing some stuff since I don't have any fingerprints.
I wish they made cinnamon roll incense, because I love cinnamon rolls, but I don't always want to open my oven and put a pan in. I'd rather just light a stick than have my roommates wake up with false hopes.
I like to reminisce with people I don't know.
I used to buy a lot of M&Ms because they're a delicious candy. But then I switched to aspirin. I find if you hand your friend 2 aspirin, he doesn't look at you like you're selfish.
I remember when I was 7, my grandmother said, "Stephen, come over here." And I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "You know, you're over there, now come over here." I said, "All right," and then she said, "Here's $10, and don't tell your mother that I'm giving this to you." And I said, "It'll cost you more than that."
I used to be a hot tar roofer. Yeah, I remember that day.
Years ago, I worked in a natural organic health food store in Seattle, Washington, and one day a man walked in and he said, "If I melt dry ice, can I swim without getting wet?" I said, "I don't know. Let me ask Tony."
You know, you go to a concert and it's like punk rock music or something, and the kids get on stage and they jump into the crowd. It's called stage diving, right? Some people think that's dangerous, but not me, because humans are made out of 95% water. So the audience is 5% away from a pool.
I hitched. I got picked up by one of those huge trailer trucks carrying 20 brand new cars. I climbed up the side of the cab and I opened the door and the guy said, "I don't have much room in here, why don't you get in one of the cars in back?" So I did, and he was really into picking up people because he picked up 19 more. We all had our own cars. Then he went 90 miles an hour and we all got speeding tickets.
You know, sometimes people give me gift certificates, man. I think a gift certificate is a bad gift. What's a gift certificate? You take money that was good everywhere.
I hate when my foot falls asleep during the day because that means it's gonna be up all night.
I think turkeys are sellouts, man. I hate turkeys. Like if you go to the grocery store and you stand in front of the lunch meat section for too long, you start to get pissed off at turkeys. You see like turkey ham, turkey pastrami, turkey bologna. Someone just needs to tell the turkeys, man, just be yourself.
Today I went into a place to eat and it said breakfast anytime, so I ordered French toast during the Renaissance.
I think Pringles' initial intention was to make tennis balls. But on the day that the rubber was supposed to show up, a big truckload of potatoes arrived. And Pringles is a laid-back company. They said, cut them up.
I have a microwave fireplace. I can lay down in front of the fire for the evening in 8 minutes.
I live in Los Angeles. I play tennis with my friend Doug. The thing that's depressing about tennis is no matter how good I get, I'll never be as good as a wall.
When I moved into my house, there was a switch on the wall that didn't do anything. I would just flick it up and down. It wouldn't control the lights or anything. So when I walked past it, I would just give it a little flick every once in a while. And then about a month later, I got a letter from a woman in Germany saying, "Cut it out."
I think a lot of people associate long hair with drug use, you know? I wish long hair was associated with something other than drug use, like an extreme longing for cake. Strangers would look at me and say under their breath, "That guy eats cake."
I had the photograph on my license taken out of focus on purpose, so that when the police stop me, they go, "Here, you can go."
I got a V-neck shirt on, man. I like V-necks, you know? I like the loose feeling around my neck. My neck is very fragile. I don't wear crew necks. And I hate turtlenecks, man. A turtleneck is like being strangled by a really weak guy. All day.
The Stones, I love the Stones. I can't believe they're still doing it after all these years. Watch them whenever I can. Fred and Barney.
I was at a convenience store reading a magazine. The clerk said, "This is not a library." I said, "All right, I will talk louder then."
I was traveling with my friend George. Some people think George is weird because he has sideburns behind his ears. I think he's weird because he has false teeth, but he has braces on them.
I like rice. Rice is great when you're hungry and you want 2,000 of something.
My friend George is a radio announcer, and when he walks under a bridge, you can't hear him talk.
I went to a pizzeria. I ordered a slice of pizza. The dude gave me the smallest slice possible. If the pizza was a pie chart for what people would do if they found $1 million, this dude gave me the donate to charity slice. I would like to exchange this for the keep it.
I'm planning a trip to Spain, so I bought an album that teaches you the language. You put the album on, you put headphones on, you learn the language while you're sleeping. During the night, the record skipped. I got up the next day, I could only stutter in Spanish.
This shirt is dry clean only, which means it's dirty.
I woke up this morning and my girlfriend asked me if I slept good. I said, no, I made a few mistakes.
I tried to walk into Target, but I missed. I think the entrance to Target should have people splattered all around.
A lot of people are afraid of heights, not me. I'm afraid of widths.
I was walking by a dry cleaner at 3 a.m. and the sign said, "Sorry, we're closed." You don't have to be sorry. It's 3 a.m. and you're a dry cleaner. It would be ridiculous for me to expect you to be open. I'm not going to walk in at 10 and say, "Hey, man, I walked by at 3. You guys were closed. Somebody owes me an apology."
The police stopped me for speeding. They said, "Don't you know the speed limit is 55 miles an hour?" I said, "Yeah, I know, but I wasn't going to be out that long."
I find that Duck's opinion of me is very much influenced over whether or not I have bread.
I have a 3-year-old dog. I named him Stay. He was a lot of fun when he was a puppy, because when I called him, I'd say, "Come here, Stay, come here, Stay." And he'd go. He's a lot smarter than that now. Now when I call him, he'll just ignore me and keep on typing.
If you're watching a parade, make sure you stand in one spot. Don't follow it. It never changes. And if you don't like the parade, run in the opposite direction. You will fast forward the parade. You know what, man? I got a parrot. The parrot talked, but it did not say, "I'm hungry," so it died.
First time I ever read the dictionary, I thought it was a poem about everything.
I like sandwiches, but I hate sandwiches at New York delis. There's too much meat on the sandwich. It's like a cow with a cracker on either side. What would you like? A pastrami sandwich? Anything else? Yeah, a loaf of bread and some other people?
In our backyard, we had a quicksand box. I was an only child, eventually.
You know, I order the club sandwich all the time, and I'm not even a member, man. I don't know how I get away with it. I like my sandwiches with 3 pieces of bread. So do I. Well, let's form a club.
My girlfriend hates it when we take a bath together and I practice skipping rocks.
I used to apply for day jobs. It was very hypocritical. I would go to an interview. About halfway through, the potential boss would say, "Mitch, are you willing to cut your hair for the corporation?" I would look around. I would see all these women working with very long hair, and it made me angry. So I came up with a compromise. No. But I wear lipstick and high heels.
So I get out of the bed. I figured I'd go for a walk. She said, "How long are you going to be gone?" I said, "The whole time." I was driving down the street past a gas station. There were 2 signs in the window: help wanted, self-service. So I went in and hired myself. Sponges grow in the ocean. That kills me. I wonder how much deeper the ocean would be if that didn't happen.
I wrote a script and I gave it to a guy who reads scripts, and he read it and he said he really likes it, but he thinks I need to rewrite it. I said, "Fuck that, I'll just make a copy."
Taking Lamar's classes. No one's having a baby, I'm just having trouble breathing.
I went to the doctor, all he did was suck blood from my neck. Do not go see Dr. Acula.
Every day I like to put a little bit of time aside and just forget about it. And at the end of the year, I have a few days to myself.
I get up in the morning, I make myself a bowl of instant oatmeal, and then I don't do anything for an hour. Which makes me wonder why I need the instant oatmeal. I could get the regular oatmeal and feel productive.
I have all the erasers to all the miniature golf pencils in the world.
Yeah, I need a new pair of shoes. I go to the Foot Locker. This referee comes up to me. He says, "How you doing?" I says, "Pretty good." He says, "What are you into, man? Baseball, football, running, soccer, basketball? What's your gig? What can we size you up with?" Well, nothing really rings a bell, you know. Size me up with something good for sitting on my ass. Say, "Mitch, isn't it frustrating not having any friends?" I gotta think about it. Yeah, sometimes, like when I throw a Frisbee. I had a job in Miami once, which was kind of stupid because I was living in Detroit. People in my carpool gave me a lot of shit.
When I was a baby, I kept a diary. Recently, I was rereading it. It said, day 1, still tired from the move. Day 2, everybody talks to me like I'm an idiot.
I got to be on That 70s Show this year. I did one episode of That 70s Show. It was sweet because it was a real acting gig. I put it on my acting resume. Before that, my acting resume was sparse. I had to make things up. Acting experience, okay. When I play pool, if I make a shot, I act like I'm not surprised.
I live in an apartment building. Everybody who lives in the building is absolutely insane. The man who lives above me designed synthetic hairballs for ceramic cats. The woman who lives beside me tried to rob a department store with a pricing gun. She walked in and said, give me all the money in the vault or I'll mark down everything in the store.
You know, if you had a friend who was a tightrope walker and you were walking down the sidewalk with him and he fell, that would be completely unacceptable.
Last time I went camping, I accidentally borrowed a circus tent. I didn't know it till I got there and I set it up. People were complaining because they couldn't see the lake.
I had a piece of carefree sugarless gum and I was still worried.
Yesterday I saw a subliminal advertising executive just for a second.
I was on a bus and it was the middle of the night and I had a box of crackers and I had a can of Easy Cheese. But it was the middle of the night, so I could not see. So I could not see how much Easy Cheese I was applying to each cracker. So each bite into the cracker was a surprise as to how much Easy Cheese I had applied. Which makes me believe they should have a glow-in-the-dark version of Easy Cheese. It's not like the product has any integrity to begin with. If you buy a room temperature cheese that you squeeze out of a can, you probably won't get mad because it glows in the dark as well.
I'm learning how to play the harmonica, but the only way I can play it is to drive 100 miles an hour, put the harmonica in my hand, stick my hand out the window.
I get free Nikes because I'm in the entertainment business. Nike sent me some shoes. And all my friends want me to get them free shoes too. So I got called to Nike Corporation and say, hey man, my feet have been fluctuating. And I'm starting to like the women's styles too.
I was driving my car around, decided to hook my brake lights up to my gas pedal. Just to confuse the people behind me. I hit the gas and the brake lights go on. They stop and I'm gone.
I say the word totally too much, you know. I gotta quit saying totally. I wanna replace it with a word that means the same thing but is different. Mitchell, do you like submarine sandwiches? All encompassingly.
A friend of mine has a car phone. He has an answering machine on his car phone. The message is, hi, I'm home right now. So I can't come to the phone. But if you leave your name and number, I'll call you when I'm out.
You know how they call corn on the cob, corn on the cob? But that's how it comes out of the ground, man. They should call that corn. They should call every other version corn off the cob. It's not like if you cut off my arm, you would call my arm Mitch. But then reattach it and call it Mitch altogether.
Do you think when they asked George Washington for his ID, he just took out a quarter?
My girlfriend's name is Lynn. She spells her name L-Y-N-N. And my old girlfriend's name is Lynn, too. She spells it L-Y-N. Every now and then I mess up. I call my new girlfriend by my old girlfriend's name. And she can tell because I don't say as long.
I'm living on a one-way dead-end street. I don't know how I ever got there.
Xylophone is spelled with an X. That's wrong. Xylophone, Z, X, I don't see it. It should be a Z up front, you know? Next time you have to spell xylophone, use a Z. And if someone says, hey, that's wrong, say, no, it ain't. If you think that's wrong, you need to have your head Z-rayed.
I've been getting into astronomy, so I installed a skylight. People live above me are furious.
I saw a lady with a flower. She was plucking out the petals. She was saying, he loves me not. Thank God the flower can't talk. What would it say? Ouch, that hurts. Ouch, that hurts as well. Please, leave me alone. I'm no longer pretty. And he loves you not. I could have told you I had an even number of petals.
I've been making wine at home, but I make it out of raisins, so it'll be aged automatically.
I used to have a paper route when I was younger. I was a paper boy. I was supposed to go to 2,000 houses or 2 dumpsters.
Another friend of mine does voodoo acupuncture. You don't have to go. You just be walking down the street and all of a sudden, oh, that's much better.
I play the South. You know, down in the South, they say y'all. You know, they take out the O and the U. So when I'm in the South, I try to talk like that so they understand me. Hello, can I have a bowl of chicken noodle sp? Come on. I'm in the South, you understand. I mean, I'm in the South and I want some spa.
I was driving down the street past this sign. It said next rest area 25 miles. I said, wow, that's pretty big. People must get really tired around here.
I was at a convenience store reading a magazine. The clerk said, this is not a library. I said, all right, I will talk louder then.
5 years old watching TV. Only you can prevent forest fires.
You know, like Biff, I'm going to hang a map of the world in my house. Then I'm going to put pins into other locations that I've traveled to. But first I'm going to have to travel to the top 2 corners of the map so it won't fall down.
Woke up this morning, I was folding my bed back into a couch. I almost broke both my arms because it's not one of those kind of beds.
I got one more joke I want to sneak in here real quick. I got an oscillating fan at my house. It's an oscillating fan that goes back and forth. It looks like the fan is saying no. So I like to ask you questions that a fan would say no to. Do you keep my hair in place? No. Do you keep my documents in order? No. Do you have 3 settings? Liar.
Heavens.
I saw a commercial that said, forget everything you know about slipcovers. So I did. And it was a load off my mind. Then the commercial tried to sell slipcovers, but I didn't know what the hell they were. I read that last year MTV's Real World got 40,000 applications. That's amazing, man. Such an even number. You would think it would be 40,008, maybe.
I like to aggravate the salesman when I go into the store. Can I help you, sir? Yeah. Do you have anything I would like? He says, how do I know what you would like? I said, you started this.
Now, is a hippopotamus or a really cool opotamus? That's right.
Walked up to a tourist information booth. I walked up and I said, yes, so tell me about some people who were here last year.
I love cottage cheese. That's why I want to try other dwelling cheeses, too.
Yesterday I bought a decaffeinated coffee table. You can't even tell by looking at it.
Dr. Scholl makes foot products, and he's a doctor, which means he went to school for a long time, but it doesn't take a lot to figure out that stepping on a cushion will be more comfortable. That dude wasted lots of time at school, because I would have bought that from a Mr. Scholl.
Whenever I fill out an application, it says, in case of emergency, notify, I put doctor. What the hell is my mother gonna do?
I wish they made fajita cologne, because that stuff smells good.